Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 215 of Sonic Boom TV. This episode is a just kind of what I got recently thing, whatever you want to call it. I haven't done a video in a couple weeks, and I just figured I'd do this one tonight. And I should have shaved before I did this because I'm kind of itchy. But anyway, besides my personal hygiene, I guess you guys want to see what records I came into. So let's start off with the first couple things I got from Dan at Off the Charts. I won his contest. I think it was 200, maybe 500 subscribers or something. I don't remember what it was, but I won, and the prize was the Beatles' Then and Now 12-inch single. This is the final song from the Beatles that they kind of used AI a little bit to, I don't know, do something. But it says Now and Then, the new single on red vinyl. It's supposed to be the last new Beatles songs ever. I wanted to buy this when it came out just because it was the last thing. But the price on it was over $20, and it's only 2 songs. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And then I won it, so that was great. The cover of this, I think, is kind of terrible. I don't know what made them do this and not put a picture of the Beatles or not use the back cover. The back cover is so much better than the front. I mean, if you take, just this part and put, do something with these track listings and stuff, it would be so much better. It says made in Germany as well. But that is such much more interesting cover than that. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know. I don't work there. But anyway, it's got Then and Now and Love Me Do. And the Love Me Do is a 2023 mix. It's a George Martin. It says produced by George Martin, so I don't know, but this one, Now and Then, is original composition by John Lennon, the Beatles version by John, Paul, George, and Ringo, produced by Paul McCartney and Giles Martin. George Martin, Giles Martin. Oh, okay. So let's open it up. I've been wanting to open it up for a couple of days. I've had it several days, and I haven't been able to open this. I might not be able to open it again now because I can't get the slide. There we go. There we go. I don't know if there's any kind of liner notes or anything. Yes, there is. Okay. That's cool. So we've got a sheet with some history of the song. I believe that's what that is. I haven't read it yet, of course, but then we've got the lyrics, maybe? No lyrics, just credits. Credits for both songs. This might be some lyrics right here. And then we got the little clock thing. Interesting. I have some old Beatles stuff, but most of my Beatles collection is represses. In good condition, I should say. I do have some of the older albums, but they are kind of a mess, and I just got them because I, didn't have them, and my repressings sound much better. So let's look at the vinyl real quick. It's got a polyline sleeve and a red vinyl. This side says Parlophone, which was the Love Me Do side, and the Apple for the Now and Then side. So maybe that's a shot at Now and Then as well, because that was then and this is now. Must be 45 RPM to be on a. Because the tracks go. I don't know if you guys can see, but they're long. So I don't know how long these songs are, but they take up most of the side. So Definitely 45 RPM. Good deal. Glad to have it. The song, it's not nearly my favorite Beatles song, but I like to have the original one on a record. That's cool. And then he also sent me some stuff from the band that he's in. Now, I knew he was in a band, but I didn't realize he was in an original, band. I thought he might have just been like in a cover band or something. I didn't know. Got something on my phone. Sorry, guys. But he sent me 3 CDs or 3 albums of his band called Dead Culture Society. Hold on. Had a little something going on there. This one, oops. Not having a good show so far, guys. First one is called Life Dies Before Us. He said that he's not really on this one except for some backing vocals because he came in late. And I don't even know if that he's mentioned on this one or not. But it's Dan from Off the Charts. But that's not one. That's the other 3 band members, and that's not him. So, and those guys look a little more goth than he does. I told him this sounds kind of like a goth sound to it. I listened to all of them. I thought they were all good. And so he doesn't look that though. And the music he listens to is, or talks about mostly is like glam metal, hard rock kind of stuff. So, but then there was a sticker, which is the cover of this one, self-titled one. Wait a minute. Self-titled album. This one has a cover of Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, I believe it is. On it is really, really kind of cool. So that one's cool. Then the final one, Dark Days of Our Delusion, or Dark Days of Delusion. Is that right? Delusion. Yes. This girl on the front. Kind of neat. I'll show the back cover of those. Show them. This one just has kind of a plain black back cover. This one does actually have a little booklet in it, but I'm not going to open all that up right now. Really good band. Wasn't expecting it. And wasn't expecting 3 for sure. But I want to say thanks to Dan, and he gave me a little guitar pick that says Dead Culture Society on it. I guess that's the girl from the cover. Can't really. Yeah, it's got her superimposed back and forth. Then I got 2 7-inch, well, 3 7-inch records. 2 of them I won, and one of them I paid $4 for. On these all came from Whatnot. 2 of them from Yo Nicky, and one from Dead Broke Records. And we'll start with the ones from Yo Nicky. Now, he said that this one, the guy on it is somebody important. I don't really know who he is, but I'll go with it. And this one is really kind of cool. It's by a band called Sunstroke. It's called Frank. It's Sunstroke, 2-song gatefold 7-inch EP featuring the brand new track Frank and a cover of Ceiling by Memorial Day. I don't know who Memorial Day is. This is like a punk kind of hardcore thing. Both of these are. Recorded by Don Zientara at Inner Ear Studio, mixed mastered by Brian McTurnan, Salad Days Studio, dedicated to Frank Candelore. So I don't know which one of these 2 guys are the one that's apparently kind of famous for something or other. But the sticker is on the sleeve that came with it. We've got foil for the label, foil for the titles of the songs on the back cover. Then we've got the record is in a sleeve, but it doesn't fit in there in that. So I just left it like it was, but we've got printer sleeve. We've got two openings, and one has some stickers in it. And one's supposed to fit the record. Just fell on the floor. There are several pressings of this. Some don't have that sticker that I see, and the records are different colors, but we've got a black inner sleeve with Danny DeVito with a wig on the Frank side, and on the Ceiling side we've got nothing but yellow, and then we've got this lime green cover. This has got a polyline sleeve, so I'm going to keep that for sure, even if it doesn't fit inside in the sleeve properly. So we just slide it in the middle. But the stickers, one's kind of funny. It says Sunstroke, and it's got Frank Costanza from Seinfeld, which that's made to look like the Seinfeld logo. But that is also not the Frank that the song was dedicated to. And then we've got a sticker of the album cover with black writing instead of the other stuff. I have only listened to this one once. It's pretty good. 7 inches, I don't spend a lot of time on them because it's 3 minutes and you got to flip the side, and then 3 minutes and you got to flip the other side, and you're done. On 2-song, that thing. So I usually don't do a lot of 7 inches. I don't buy a lot of them. I win a lot of them though. I just don't. I'd rather have it a little longer before I have to get up and change sides. But anyway, let's go to this one. This is a hardcore one. Coke Bust Vaccine. Now this is a 7-inch, and it's got the Coke Bust. That's one band. Has 4 songs, and Vaccine, the other band, has 5 songs. And this is only 7 inches, so those songs are short. Like maybe a minute. But the cover feels like it was maybe screen printed. And then we've got the inside with the track listing and lyrics to both bands' songs. This definitely feels screen printed. And then the back, things like that. It's a cool one. There's a different. This is not a first pressing of this either, and I've seen some different looking covers. Like something about that picture is different on some of them. I think there's a completely different picture on some of them, but I don't know. But this one's on this like bright yellow vinyl. It's a 45er, and there's a little hint of a black or something that got into the mix of the color. So it's probably not supposed to be on there, but I think you can see it on this side too. It was probably supposed to be just this yellow, and that got in the mix, but that doesn't bother me because I find that just to be a little unique for certain records or whatever. I saw some people actually complaining about this the other day. They were like, "Oh, I bought a white vinyl or something, and it had a little touch of black in it or something. I think I should return it." What? Why would you return it? It doesn't make any sense. Do you have to have the perfect colored vinyl? Doesn't make any sense. It's still the same thing. It's not. You're not going to get points off if you go to sell it in 20 years for somebody that's looking for the white vinyl and they got that. That's how it came. It's not a problem. I don't know. And then the last one, this one was more of a garage rock punk kind of stuff. And as far as I know, this is the band's only release that I could find on Discogs. It's called Happy Burger. Got a sort of a horror kind of font they used. It might have been hand-drawn name. And then these characters with these weirdly odd long arms and legs and pizzas flying all over the place. And in the back, made to look like a 50s style hamburger joint with a hamburger in the corner. It was on Douche Master Records. Excuse me. Pizza All Around, Zagreb City, The Ballad of Ray Kroc, and Cyber Mendent. Whatever that means. And then it's just on black vinyl at the big hole, 45 RPM. Kind of cool. I listened to it twice, actually, this one. It was pretty good. I wish they would have had a full length because I might be interested in getting it. It was, like I said, it was kind of a garage rock punk thing, but interesting enough that I would like to hear some more songs. That was cool. So then, one night, I was on this Whatnot, and just scrolling through, and they was, it was just joining giveaways just to see if I could win some. I didn't have any money that night, but I landed on this page, and it was they were selling kind of random stuff, some jazz stuff, some old stuff. And this was a giveaway. I didn't know what the giveaway was when I was doing it. I just saw it, and they didn't say what it was. It was just kind of off to the side, and I couldn't really see what it was. But it ended up being this. Le Crane Desiderata. So, Desiderata. I don't know if that's French or... It's got to be French because it's Le Crane. The Crane... Desiderata something, I don't know, but it says deluxe poster. It does not include the deluxe poster, but I looked it up on Discogs, and the deluxe poster ain't much better than this cover. This cover has nothing on it except the name. The back is plain as well, has the track listings. This was weird. It had let me describe the poster. The poster basically was the liner notes, maybe the lyrics too, I don't know, but the liner notes basically on a poster that fit inside of there. And I think it might have been like a not brown, but like off yellow kind of thing. Weird. And the whole thing was weird. It had like songs, but I don't know. I can't even describe it. I'm never probably gonna listen to it again. But I want it. It came with a new inner sleeve, not line, not polylined or anything. But this record was brand new. I mean, it was never. I might have been the first person to play it, or the second person to play it, because the first person said, "Oh, I'm not listening to that again," and I don't think I'm listening to it either again. But anyway, that one was free. So as I'm, I stick around on that channel for a little while. Like I said, I didn't have too much money, but something came up, and I was like, you know what? I have enough money to buy that. I don't know why I need to get it, but I had to get it, and I love the cover. This is not the original it's an original, but it's not the original. It's a soundtrack. It's not the original soundtrack. It's like the second one. And I don't know that there was two movies. I think there were just two soundtracks. So it's Bob and Doug McKenzie. Excerpts from the original soundtrack. And basically, it's just them doing more comedy kind of stuff. This one is not as good as the original one. When I first saw it, I thought that's what it was. And then I paid $10 for this, which is it's worth $10. It's no doubt about that. But it wasn't the original one, because there's a song on it that they did, and they kind of play on that on this one as well. But it's Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas they made the Strange Brew stuff. It was fun back in the 80s. This one came out in 83. They're I don't know if they're really Canadian, but their whole shtick is being Canadian. So Dan from Off the Charts, we get a little jab at him for that. But it came with they put it in a really nice sleeve. It's pretty much flawless. The record itself, the covers got a little wear to the corners and stuff, but overall nice. And then it's got the original inner sleeve. Are you a hoser? Got a little comic strip, all kind of little goofy stuff, on here. Pretty fun stuff. The Daily Knob. I love it. So I would like to find the first one now, but you know, I think about this every once in a while. You know, I never was anything that was like high on my list to get, but when it brings back memories of being a kid, you know, and listening to that stuff. My friend had the original 45, I think, of the, I don't know what the song's called. It just the that song. They kind of played some of that on this as well, but oh, and it's a promo copy. I didn't realize that. Gold stamp promo. I don't know if it even tells you the track listings on the back. No, it doesn't. So I don't know, but it was pretty good. So well worth the $10 I spent on it. I they thought it was going to go for more than that, I think, too, but nobody else bid on it. I don't think anybody else knew what it was. That was in, and there wasn't a lot of people in the room either when they were selling. So that's that. On to some. Okay, so the next couple things. Let's see how we want to do this. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Just got a few left. This one, I got this week or last week. I paid for, maybe it wasn't too long, a couple days ago. It came pretty quick. And I want to listen to this tomorrow. That's why I have to do the show tonight. On Whatnot, you know, if you watch my channel, that I've been getting tons of stuff from VC Vinyl, which is a vinyl selling channel on Whatnot, and they've been famous for doing very low priced albums, even down to like $3 and $4 for brand new stuff. Not brand new like just came out, but brand new, still, you know, still sealed. And they hadn't got anything in a long time, and I had everything that I could possibly buy from them that I knew they had, you know, for several months. Couldn't buy anything. Well, I guess it was last week on Thursday or Friday, one of those days. It must have been Friday. I don't know. But they started putting out new stuff. And they're doing it a little bit different. The prices are a little bit higher. They're starting most things at like $10. Sometimes they do $1 starts on stuff, but they know this stuff is going up. And so what I think their plan is to keep everything at around $10. Or my eyes are bothering me, guys. I'm tired. Everything's like around $10 for now, because I think they're trying to sell as much as they can at that price, and then they'll lower it. And they're not putting out everything at once, I noticed, because today I saw them say that they just got something in. I know they didn't just get something in. I know they've got a new area that they're selling in. It's like they're in a warehouse, but they've moved to a new section, and it's a nicer room. They got shelves with the records on them and stuff, and it looks nice, so much nicer. But anyway, so they started selling stuff, and the first day, their little preview screen before you see the show, you know, it shows that the show's coming up at whatever time, and they had a picture on there, and it was actually a little video that it kind of scrolled over, and it had like 4 or 5 things on there that I wanted right off the bat. Turns out that 4 of the ones that were on there were like box sets that are pretty expensive, right? And they're not real expensive, but like $40. And I'm not paying $40 for anything right now. It's just not happening. But anyway, so one of them was the Tragically Hip live at the Roxy. It says May 3rd, 1991, featuring New Orleans' Sinking, Killer Whale Tank version, 2 times 180 gram vinyl. I don't know what that means by the Killer Whale Tank version on the sticker, but New Orleans' Sinking is my favorite song by them, because of course it's a song that was a hit, and it was a song that introduced me to the band. And I don't have enough of their stuff, but I do have the Road Apples album. The cover looks just like this, except it's red. instead. And there's a horse here. I don't know if it's a horse or a zebra on the other one. I think it's a horse. But these are made. They're designed the same. And I read something somewhere. I don't know where I was reading it. That there was like a box set at one point that I think this and the other and Road Apples came in. Maybe something else with it. And I guess they just kept, printed more and did them as single reissues, Instead of reissuing a box set, they just reissued the records as a standalone thing. So I wanted this one, and I paid $17 for this. I could have probably gotten it a little cheaper. As far as I know, they're selling it starting it at 15, and I saw a couple people get it for 15 later, but I got it for 17, so that was okay. I did get something that may, if they're not lying, because they do kind of tell tales on that channel. Like they say they're out of stuff or they're not getting any more, and all of a sudden they get more. But I did get the Megadeth, the Sick, the Dying, and the Dead 2LP vinyl. Not the one with the lenticular cover, but the one with the black. Just the regular cover with just black vinyl, and that was like $45 to $55 everywhere I saw it when it came out. And I got it for $27, and everybody else on there was paying like almost $40, almost $45, and at least $40. And for some reason, I guess the people that wanted it just got it and didn't want to spend it again. And so they said they only had maybe a case of them, which was about 10 or 12. And I got either the second or third to last one that I know that they had. And I got it for 27. And then the guy after me, that when they ran it again, he got it for 27. But everybody else I saw got it, paid at least 40 and up to like 45, I think. So I wasn't going to pay that because that was the original price. So I felt like I got a good deal. So that one's still in the mail coming. But let's look at this one because I'm rambling. My throat's starting to hurt. So we've got Tragically Hip live at the Roxy. We've got Little Bone, She Don't Know, Twist My Arm, Highway Girl, Cordelia, Trickle Down, The Luxury, Three Pistols Fight, I'll Believe in You, or I'll Be Leaving You Tonight, New Orleans Is Sinking, On the Verge, Long Time Running, Blow at Hido, and All Canadian Surf Club. My dog's in the background coughing it up for us. We've got a nice little inner photo of the band, circa 1993, I believe it said. We've got some live action shot photos. And we've got black inner sleeves with the record. I think the records all have different labels, so we'll pull them all out there. Polyline sleeves, black vinyl. We've got nice little black and white. I really want to listen to this tomorrow, so I had to pull this out to do this show tonight, right? Not my most energetic show. Haven't had energy lately, guys. That's the photo from the inside, and I don't know which way that one goes. I guess that one goes like that. So very cool. I hope it's good. I know it will be. I like it. Dan from Off the Charts, though, he's from Canada, and he doesn't even like Canada's favorite alternative rock band. So I don't know what's wrong with that kid. But the sleeve is one of those extra wide things that both discs fit in instead of a gatefold. I don't know my feelings on this or if I like it or not. I mean, sometimes I do if it has a hype sticker, so I don't have to peel it off, the whole thing off. But I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna do 2 records, you probably should do a gatefold. So I don't know. So that's that. So next up, we've got a couple things. The next two things, I should say, are what most people out there call grails. I do not use the term grail for anything because, as I've said before, a grail is the top of the top, the most unique thing, the one of a kind. You can't ever get anything more than that. Does that make sense? That's what a grail seems like to me. So if I said, hey, this action figure right here of this Hobbit clear thing is the grail, I can't get another grail. I can only get things that I find lesser than this. Otherwise, this is not a grail anymore. Does that make sense? So that's my explanation for it. So, that being said, I have two albums that are coming up here that are very important albums to me. Very highly thought of albums, according to me. And things that I never thought I was going to get. First one. One of my favorite all-time glam metal bands, albums, whatever you want to say, this band was up there for me, and they should have been more popular, and I don't know why they weren't. But they were kind of a sleaze metal thing. Let's just get to it. Faster Pussycat. Self-titled debut album. I almost died when I saw this. It was on Whatnot one night. There was a guy selling stuff. Apparently he does records and other things. He has like certain days he does certain kind of things. So some days he sells records, some days he sells CDs, some days he might sell toys. I don't know. He had a whole schedule of things. But when I went on there was hardly anybody in his room, so I knew if I wanted something I could probably get it. Had a little bit of money that night. I should have bought both things, but I didn't. The first thing I saw was the Vixen, their self-titled album. The way he was doing it, you got a $5 coupon off of anything, well, your first purchase or whatever. So, of the night. So anybody got it. Anybody that wanted to buy from him could get $5 off. So if you had a $5 item, well, basically you get it for free. But the Vixen one was $25, I believe. Would have made it 20. And I was wanting to. I was there. I was trying to bid on it. I was like, oh, I want to bid. And I stopped myself for a second, and I hurried up and looked in his, because he had his upcoming auction. Like not, they have it like a buy it now, and then they have things that are pre-bid type things where they list everything. They're not. You can't buy it straight out, but you can put a pre-bid. And then if they see the pre-bid, or you tell them, hey, I put a pre-bid on that, can you run it? They will, usually. But I didn't do that. I just looked in there and I saw this and I was like, oh no, I got to get that. And it was $40, which was a lot less than I thought it would be, because I figured this would be about $60 to $80 album. But I don't know. I think it's worth $60, at least. But anyway, so it was $40, and I would get the $5 off of it. So I just said, could you run the Faster Pussycat? And he goes, yeah, I'll do it after the next thing. So he ran a couple albums and he put it on there, and I bid, and nobody else bid on it. So I got it for $35. I didn't go back and buy the Vixen. I should have, and I don't even know who the guy was that I bought this from. But it's original. I don't think there were liner notes with this, but I believe my cassette has the liner notes, and it might be sitting right here, actually. I don't know. No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. Let's see. Let's compare, just because I got the cassette right here. I thought that might have. No, it does not have. It does have some little notes, like what do you call that? Track listing and credits and stuff. It doesn't have the lyrics. I thought it had the lyrics in it. I don't have the CD for this. This one does not have that. It does, however, have a lot of that stuff on the back, and it has the original Elektra sleeve, and the album is perfect. Nothing wrong. I've listened to it like 15 times already. Yeah, I couldn't believe that I got this, and that it was perfect condition. The cover's got a little bit of wear to it, and a couple little dings in there, but you can't. There's no bad stuff going on with it, So I was so happy to get this. It is one of my favorite albums of the glam metal era. Definitely like in the sleaze metal kind of genre. Just perfect for me. Love this album. This one has Don't Change That Song, Bathroom Wall, No Room for Emotion, Cat House, Babylon, Smash Alley, Shooting You Down, City Has No Heart, Ship Rolls In, and Bottle in Front of Me. Just a great album. I love it. I love it. So, that being said, I went on Dead Broke Records a couple weeks ago, and he had some albums that he was gonna. I don't know how we did this. I think he showed them, and I didn't have the money. But then when I did have the money, he was sick and he wasn't running his show. And being the smart person I am, no, and tricked him into being my friend. No, we did become kind of friends. I mean, we've emailed a few times and talked a little bit on like Instagram, but we chat like when we're watching Whatnot. He's always in the same shows as I am because he's buying a lot of records. He says he's going to open a record store, so he's buying a lot of the stuff, and he likes a lot of the same stuff I do. He's got his own label, punk rock stuff, but he also buys some other things that I'm interested into as well. So, but anyway, he showed these albums, and at some point, I don't know if they were on the show or something, but I wanted them. And when he's like, he said he was sick and he canceled his show, I was like, oh no, I'm going to spend this money on something else, or I'm just going to miss them. And he did eventually sell out, I think, of both of the albums that I got, but only one of them is like the not saying Grail, but the important one. And that is the album, The Suicide Machines. I never get it right. Destruction by Definition is the name of the album. This is a ska punk album. It's more punk kind of. It's like kind of hardcore almost. Punk with some ska elements to it. I absolutely love this album. I had it on CD since it came out. It's just fantastic. I love the photos on the cover. This album blows me away every time. I've listened to this one and Faster Pussycat back to back for the last week and a half. What I did was, when I found out he wasn't doing that show, I sent him a message on Instagram. Said, "Look, if you want to sell me those albums outside, just tell me the price, and you won't have to pay the fees to Whatnot." And I wanted to pay it do the family and friends thing, so he wouldn't even have to pay PayPal fees. But he said he couldn't do that because his PayPal is registered under his business or something. I don't know. But anyway, so he gave me both of the albums that I got for $60 or 60 or 65. I know they were more. They were like 35, I think, on the show a piece, and he gave them to me for 60. So he must have just took $5 off of each, and he gave me a free record. So this one is got this. If you play Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I don't know which number, 1 or 2, one of them, you know the song New Girl. and that was their biggest song. I don't know if it was ever on the radio or anything, but it was definitely all over that game, and I know people know it. But it's got New Girl, SOS, Break the Glass, No Face, Hey, Our Time, Too Much, Islands. Islands is a great song. The Real You, Face Values, Punk Out, the Van song. Some people love that song, some people hate that song. I love it. I love everything on this. This album is perfect for me. Insecurities, Inside Outside, Zero, and So Long. It was repressed. When I saw it, the first time I saw it, it was a different pressing of it, and it was going for over $100. And he had one, but he's like, I can't sell this cheap, basically, because they're all going for, ridiculous amounts of money. And so then they repressed it again, and he had six or eight copies of it. So I made sure I got it. I wasn't missing it this time. This is one of the albums that got me into like ska and kept me in, moving along into my punk exploration. So I haven't read all this stuff. He's got another one by them that I want to get. It's like a demos kind of thing, but it's like $40. So I can't get it right now, but I'm eventually going to try to get it. And the vinyl itself came in a polyline sleeve on this clear and blue, smoky blue, I guess, whole thing. We got the cool label for Asbestos Records and Suicide Machines on the other side. This is side A. Very cool, very cool. And I keep mentioning that there was another one, so I will show you. And that was their debut album. I had the first 3 albums, I believe, on CD. There was one that did get kind of popular, where they had at least some video play, maybe radio as well. I think it was the 3rd or 4th album. I don't remember which one it was. I just remember they're like standing on the front and they have suits on or something. I think it's like a black and white kind of cover too. The other one, Suicide Machines, Battle Hymns. This one is good too. It's just not that one. That's the one. This is the iconic one. For me, the one that makes I'd have been satisfied with that, but I had to get this one since it was there. And I had the money at the time. This one's it's got a bunch of songs. It's got 22 songs on it. Someone, Hating, Hate, Give, Hope, Black and White World, Numbers, High Society, Pins and Needles, Confused, DDT, Punk, PUNCK. Step 1, In the End, Face Another Day, What You Say, Speak No Evil, Empty Room, Independence, Parade, Sympathy, Strike, Sides, and Jaw. Very nice. This one also has an insert. I kind of hope they do the rest of their albums, but I don't know if I have the money for it. This one is more. It's basically the same kind of color, except it's more clear, with the blue smoky swirl stuff going on, and the same label on there. With this one's got the green outline from the cover, as well as the little guy from the cover. Nice sleeve. Very happy with these records that I got here. I've listened to these last few so many times in the last week. Oops, I didn't realize that opened that way. I almost tore it, guys. That would have been terrible. We got a poster of the cover, like that, with the lyrics on the inside. Very cool. If you don't know this band, you probably won't know this band. And if you do know this band, you know what I'm talking about. You know how good that this was, this stuff. They were not very mainstream popular, back in the day. But I think, like I said, if people who knew, and people who didn't, missed out. I guess and I don't know why they're so limited to. I can't get this in there. Why the repressings are so limited, but it's what they do these days with records, and I don't know the reasoning behind it, except that they are going to sell out of their stock, and maybe that's what they want to do. They don't want to have any stock left over, but if they say press 10,000 copies of it, well, they might end up sitting on 2,000 or 3,000, or more. But if they only press 500 or 1,000, they're going to sell them, and that's that. And the last one he sent me, this was a free one he added with those last two. It's got a sticker in it. It doesn't belong. He sent me a Chilton sticker, which I don't know who Chilton is, but apparently it's a new. They have a new album out. It's one of the Dead Broke Records bands, as well as this is right here. It's called Basement Benders Shrapnel Songs. And this one I only got to listen to once so far, because I was listening to all the others. But it was pretty good. I can't really remember exactly everything about it. Female vocalist, I believe. Don't know, but it's got this cool little liner notes with the drawings on it. The record just is in a plain white sleeve on black vinyl with Iggy the dog on there. Oops. And so that's that. So that's what I've gotten recently. Have more stuff coming this week. Probably starting tomorrow. Actually, I got the one today, so it started today actually. But I showed you the Tragically Hip. But I have quite a few things coming because I spent all my money again like a fool. But I had to order the new Green Day. Of course, I'm dropping things all over the place, guys. I had to order that new Green Day album's Saviors, but that one it would have been here already had I not forgotten that my credit card, my debit card on Amazon. My credit card is maxed out. It's not a high balance, but I repeat the process. I pay it down a little bit, and then the next month I go back and buy more crap, and it goes right back to where it was. So we're hoping to prevent that from happening in the very near future. But anyway, so it was set to pay with that, but it can't because I only got like $10 on left on it, so it rejected it. And so I was like, why hasn't this shipped? And then I go on Amazon, and there's like a little red dot, like, oh, what's that mean? So I go in there, and then I just had to switch from my credit card to my regular bank account, whatever. And then I realized that is the wrong card because when my somebody tried to steal my identity once, my card or whatever, and I had to switch cards, and I forgot to put the new one on Amazon. So then I had to delay it again for a couple more hours till I figured out how to get that to switch because it was not letting me switch the card. So that's that, and then I finally got it, and it said it was shipped and was supposed to be here Thursday, but it's already in Louisiana, so it'll be here tomorrow. Hopefully they deliver it to my apartment. I put a note on there saying where my apartment is because Amazon doesn't seem to read instructions or addresses or anything like that. So I got that, but I ordered something with it because I had a $7 off thing, and it was one of those things where you have to pay. If you get 35, you get free shipping or whatever. So without the the extra album, which is a band I don't even know. It was the only thing I could find for like $10. It to make it go over the 35. But it would have been more just to buy the Green Day album by itself, even with the $7, because I would have still had to pay the shipping, and then the $7 discount would have put it. I had a not discount, but a Amazon gift card thing for $7. So with that, it still would have been over $35 with shipping and tax and all that other stuff. And so I added this other album on, and it ended up being $35.01 after I took the $7 coupon that I had off and got the free shipping. So I'm getting two albums. One of them is a band with a F word is their name. Didn't know why. That was the only thing I could find. But it was I got 2 hours into Amazon looking for cheap records that I wanted, and I was just like, hey, this one's here, and I don't know what it is, but I'm getting it. And it's got a rude name on it. So I got that, and then I ordered, like I said before, I had the Megadeth from VC Vinyl coming. I've got a Soul Asylum album I bought from Spin Me Round Records. I got that one on Whatnot as well. That one was like $10 or something. It was a 2 LP, and it's an album I never had. And then I've got two more coming from Dead Broke Records, a band named Bear Trade. They wrote a song about his dog that passed away that I just showed on the record. The little dog logo. His name is Iggy. And there's a song, and they talk about Iggy in it. So I figured I wanted their first or their second album because he played it one time, and I got outbid like 3 times every time they put it up. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get a bundle of the first album, the one with the Iggy song, and the new one. And he hooked me up for $20, I think it was, for the 2 albums or something like that. 20 or 25, I can't remember, for 2 albums. And I don't know if he's gonna throw anything in. He probably won't on that one, but he's been known to throw in extra stuff. So, and I think that's it. There might be something else out there, but I've got at least 5 or 6 more coming. At least 6 more albums coming next week, and then, like I said, VC Vinyl's got a lot of stuff. Not a whole lot that I want, but there's some stuff out there. There's an Eddie Vedder album. There's a John 5 album. The things that I don't want to pay full price for, but I'll pay 10 or 15 maybe. There's that one Def Leppard. Joe Elliott did some kind of thing. It's like a mix between heavy metal and rap or something. They've got like an EP of them. It's called Down and Outs or something like that. Cover looks cool as hell, but I don't know anything about it. So anyway, this album record, whatever I'm talking about, this video has gone on for almost an hour. So let's end it here. And I will talk to you guys later. And that's it.